So today's the day we're finally gonna finish our barn that we have been planning for a couple days now. It's gonna be a really cool build once it's fully done. We're gonna have to do some craziness with a specific mod that then I can remove from the server afterwards, which is gonna be kind of cool. But yeah, I've really put a lot of effort into trying to get the right shape for this whole building, and I'm excited to actually see it complete, because I've only built like the front of it in single player. So I still have a couple ideas that I might try and incorporate, but yeah, here is the beginning of it. And obviously on the inside, we have a ton of bison. I'm not gonna move them because I'm gonna need to, you know, keep them there if I want to continue my whole breeding project with them. And I have to actually start continuing before it gets too late, because I might need this barn fairly soon. Maybe I can move the breeding project somewhere else, because it doesn't really need to be taking up this much room. Yeah, you know what? I feel like it's gonna be annoying to look at all day, so I'm gonna pick them all up, and I'm gonna probably have to breed out a bunch more at some stage to get them all meshed together, because as you can see, there's over 100 there. Obviously you can't tell that it's 100, but there's definitely over 100 there. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pick them all up now. Man, just to check the number. Yeah, there's 126 dinos nearby. Some of them are bison, some of them are not. But the majority of them are going to be the bison. Let's grab that amount. All right, I'm gonna pick all these guys up, and then we're gonna get going on this massive build. Oh boy, this is gonna take a while. Oh my god, the amount of poop! This is disgusting! It's absolutely disgusting. So far, we've got like 70 of them picked up. There's still so many of them here. My finger's getting a little sore. So much clicking. Here we go. Oh yeah, some of them have like white on them, and then the majority of them don't for some reason. So yeah, we just got kind of unlucky there. It's very strange. Just like 4 or 5 of them had white as like the butt part. It's very strange. Anyway, and there we go. That's 112. Okay, great. So yeah, that's a huge amount of poop. Dung beetles, hello? What are you guys doing in here? There's so much poop, you're not cleaning up anything. You're slot capped, aren't you? No, you're not slot capped, but you are, yeah, you are full. You've picked up a lot of stuff. Wait, what did I just level on that one? Did I level food? I thought I leveled food, didn't I? Oh, I did level food. Oh, good, okay. All right, well, anyway, I guess we're gonna have to clean up the poop myself. Can you get out of my way? This is what I'm talking about with these, like, companion pets. Like, they need to not stand in doorways. I hate having to punch you, but, like, you need to learn. That sounds awful. All right, let me pick up all this poop. Oh, I think it was already spoiling. I think some of it was. I feel like some of those pieces like disappeared like normal. Anyway, maybe I'll go, yeah, let's go rain all this poop onto Axe's base. Even though it's not going to be there when he comes back, I think it's still worth it just to let him know how I feel about him living in my land. I claimed this land by word before he claimed this land by structures. And I think my claim means more. All right, enjoy this, Axe, huh? Bet you don't like all this poop all over your roof or wherever it's landing. It's landing pretty much all over the place. That is disgusting. Alrighty, well, anyway, back onto the mission at hand. Yes, the barn. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna build the front, because like I said, we're gonna have to use a little bit of a mod. I've added, what is it called again? I need to move all these bison out of my inventory. It is called the Move Tool mod, I believe. And I need it for like one thing, and then I can actually remove it. I don't even need it on the server to keep the structures the way that they were. The only thing is, I'm not going to be able to properly share the template of this. I mean, I can. You're going to have to do what I do if you want to make it the same way, because I've tried it already. I have turned the structures sideways and then tried to place down the template of it, and it won't place. The structures won't go into that spot. So yeah, bear that in mind. I'll talk a bit more about that later, though. All this can probably go into you. Need to make sure I don't chuck red rum into there as well, and I think I'm gonna move you right over here, I suppose. I don't know why this one's here. What are you from? You're just a random other bison. Okay, so I've got a ton of stuff on me. Let's get going here. So first of all, I think the very first step is just kind of building this up. Now, I think I wanted to build that right up to the very top there. We'll switch over the skins after. I just want to get a couple of these pieces in first. And then from there, I'm going to need a couple more walls right here. I have a reference photo beside me here because it's going to get a little bit confusing when it comes down to having these pieces the way that I'm going to need them. So I need it like that. And then I believe, oh no, another wall right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn one of these shallow sloped walls, we're going to turn it. So it's instead going to go from here to there. So, like, basically there. That's the angle that I want. Now, currently, in ARK, you cannot do that by, you know, just swapping the snap points. It doesn't work like that. There are ways to build sideways, and I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know how to do it. It's definitely something that I could learn, but currently I don't know how, and when I planned out this whole thing, I also didn't know how. So, eventually, when I figured out, like, a couple ideas about all this, you know, I was getting a bunch of help on Twitter from everybody, and it was very much appreciated, but I just kind of decided, you know what, I'm just going to add in this mod and make it a little bit easier on myself so I can actually get this build up and running very, very soon. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and build across from there, and then, let me see, I'm going to need that right there, and we're going to need some of these quarter walls right there. So, oh, and then one more wall right there. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is, I'm going to switch them all over so it's a little bit easier to actually see what we're looking at. Cosmetics, Frontier, and let's put that right there. Let me just switch all these fellas over. Gonna definitely need some ladders to be able to get up there. Yeah, I can't reach those ones. A lot easier in single player where I'm able to just, you know, fly around in creative mode and not have to worry about anything. But yeah, there we go. Let's get this one too. All right, we're just gonna leave those ones the way that they are. Let me just show you how this works. So with this move tool thing, we can essentially like rotate structures. So I think what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to place that like that. I might need to turn it potentially. So hang on. Let's do that. So I need this side facing outwards. So let's try this move tool thing then. So let's go ahead and hit that. And we want to go to the rotate option right here. And then I think what I did in single player was I switched this one to 90 and then I switched this one all the way back. So obviously I have them a little bit different. Which way? Okay, so I need it like that. So I think I actually need to swap that structure around. Let me grab my pickup gun. Okay, so we're going to try that again. We're going to snap it to that, but we're going to flip it. So then this way is facing outwards. And I'm actually, yeah, you know what? I will pop the skin on. Awesome. All right, so I think should it work the exact same way? Potentially. So I think 90. What does that do? Okay, yeah. And then there we go. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm turning this thing 90 degrees and then, or sorry, I guess, wait, what one does this do? Yeah, it like turns on the y-axis. Turning that 90 degrees so it's facing upwards. I've just done something. Oh no, I didn't switch it to 90. I switched it to 9. Oof. So we're turning it upwards like that, and then we're turning it around because I need it to be exactly where it is. So we could go ahead and copy that, but I think I'm going to do that a couple more times just to show you. So now what we have is, we have that piece completely flush with the rest of the building, and it's in the exact angle that I need it in. That needs to be a piece in the game, Wildcard. In fact, I had a little exchange with GG Fizz on Twitter, who actually works for Wildcard. He's a creator. I don't know if he still makes videos. I'm not entirely certain. I don't really keep up with people. Can I reach that? Oh, I don't know if I can. Ooh, hey, there we go. So, yeah, I had an exchange with him, and I just said, like, you know, something like this would be great. And he actually said that he'd love to have something like that in the game eventually. So, potentially, he could swing it and get this into the game. And then at that point, maybe if we're still running the series, I can swap the pieces. But I don't know if that's going to happen when we're playing here on Ragnarok. So, anyway, as you can see, now we have those pieces like that. Now, here is the best part. Let me quickly grab a bunch of these roofs. I'm a little bit over in Cumberbatch, but it's fine. So now what we can actually do is we can snap these ramps onto that and create, like, just that exact angle. Like, you'll see when this whole building's actually done. This is going to look fantastic. So, yeah, that is an angle that we need. That is definitely something that we need in the game. That would be fantastic. Look at this. Boom, right onto there. So, you know, there are obviously ways to, like, build sideways and stuff, and I think I just need to teach myself how to do it. You know, I've got that kind of brain where, like, you know, I don't follow tutorials super well. If I can figure out, like, the basic premise, I'll play around with, you know, the actual mechanics of it, and then I'll kind of understand in my head how to actually do it, and then I'll be able to teach everybody on here as well if you guys want to learn. But, yeah, I don't know how to do it currently, so we're winging it here today with some crazy mods. So, like I said, we can go ahead and actually remove this mod. Very much appreciate that mod. Don't really want it on the server at all times, because don't really see the point. I mean, if one of the other guys needs it on temporarily, we can pop it on again. But, yeah, so that is what we're going to have right there. Now, the next step is getting the rest of the roof on. So from there, I should probably make some scaffolding. What we're going to do is this angle is going to switch into this angle, and then we're going to switch it into the normal ramp angle. So essentially what we're going to have is on the front, we're going to have it kind of go like that as best as we can. So yeah, it's going to look great. Hang on. Let me get up here. Let me just get a couple of these roof pieces placed. We are super over encumbered right now. No, not that one. Should probably also be on the opposite side so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's a real big struggle here. Need a better griffin. This is kind of the point of wanting to finish off this building. I want to do some more breeding soon. So yeah, just like that, that's like the next step for us. Oh crap, I meant to switch those around. Yeah, I want those snapped. I can stand on these ramps, right? It's not too steep, right? Hopefully not. No, I think it might be. We're gonna just do that. Okay, no, the rest of it didn't break. Oh, nice, because it's all snapped to this. I didn't think that would actually work like that. Cool. Well, anyway, just for aesthetics, I'm gonna flip these things around, and you're gonna understand when I do this. So yeah, that looks a lot better. Obviously, the alternative is these, and that does not match the rest of what we have going on here at all. So I think in future, when I'm building with the roofs, like a mix between the ramps and this, we're gonna have to just flip them around, which means that unfortunately we have that side on the inside, but it kind of has to be that way. So yeah, gonna place a couple of these down now. I have a cool idea for some windows that we could do along here, but let me just get most of the roof in before we do any of that. So yeah, you've seen the whole basic premise over here. You know what? We're just gonna continue it right up into the middle, and then I'll do the opposite side as well. Need a couple of those there, and now if I do a shallow sloped there, we're gonna need some railings beside it, like so, and then we can get our next one onto there. So let me show you. So we're gonna do normal ramps right here, and check that out. Look at that roof, and then it's gonna peak up into the middle. It's gonna go down the exact same way. Yeah, I really like that. Let me just continue and get the whole front done, and then we can build it all the way back. But yeah, this is gonna look fantastic. It really is. I need your help. It's kind of a pain to build, honestly. All right, give me a sec. We need the Syntac crops back into ARK, man. That needs to come in like ASAP. It really does. Okay, so with these ones, it's going to be slightly different. We're going to obviously have a somewhat different angle. I think it was minus 90, was it? Let me see. Let me just switch this to 90 and we'll see where that goes. Yeah, so it's going to be, not that one. It's going to be minus 90, and then we can go like that, and then I think, yeah, it's the exact same. So basically, just because we have it on the opposite side, it's facing the opposite way, we need a negative number to flip it around and have it go the proper way for us. So let me see. Let me get this one done as well. So I want to go, let's see, where's that button? Minus 90, and then boom. So that is the front. Now check this out. Look how good that looks. Let's actually close this so it's going to look a little bit better. I've decided to use one of these giant cellar doors. Obviously, when they go upright like that, I think they're called barn doors, which actually suits perfectly. It would be a little bit nicer if it was like one taller or something, but I can't really like sacrifice any space at all down here to maybe try and like dip down the roof a little bit more and make it look a little bit better. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate the way that kind of looks, because it looks very small on the very front of it. But a behemoth gate is too big, and a dino gate is obviously too small, and then this is 3x3. If it was like 3 wide and then 4 tall, or even 4x4, that would have worked out perfectly. But yeah, it's not. I think there's a 5x5 version. I don't know. That's probably going to be too big. I might be able to see if it looks better in single player at some point, because I don't want to pull all this apart. But, you know, we might just leave it the way it is. But anyway, yeah, look at that freaking roof, man. That looks amazing. I love it. It looks so good. Obviously, when the rest of the building's going to be built up and everything, it's going to look really, really nice. And we still need to finish doing our little bits over here. So, again, just snapping onto that. Ooh, it's giving me some weird snap points there. Just snapping onto there and right there. And then we can go ahead and get ourselves those roof skins in. So, yeah, that's going to be like the main thing right there. You know, the whole roof is like the kind of feature piece on it. And then I really like the idea of just having the poop silo beside it. Yeah, that's awesome looking. All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to go ahead and just continue the whole roof all the way back. I'm actually also going to need to get a couple more walls in here as well, because I forgot to build these. Can I get that there? Nice. So yeah, going to get all these fellas in. When the hell did I throw you off my shoulder? Anyway, yeah, so that roof is completely done now, and it looks amazing, and I don't know why there's a fogginess inside of the building. Surely that shouldn't be a thing. It's very odd. I haven't been growing anything weird in here, trust me, or smoking it either. Or maybe I have, who knows. Anyway, so, yeah, here, check this out. You know what? Let's just fly up. We're actually gonna need you anyway, because I want to add some extra little details. Because, you know, just the big roof looking like that it's nice and everything, but we need something extra on top. So I have a cool idea for something. But, yeah, so there it is, man. That looks awesome. It's exactly what I wanted, you know? It's just like the perfect barn shape. We don't have to, like, sacrifice the actual idea behind it or anything. You know, we can use some mods and play around with it, and getting it, like, perfect like this is really ideal. So, yeah, super happy with it, honestly. So, anyway, let's get up here. So I have an idea to add in some, like, windows, and I'm thinking, how many, this is 12 wide, right? So maybe we do, like, a window here, one in the middle. So how many, no, hang on. If I do one here, let's actually remove these roofs as we're talking about it. Can I walk on this? Nope. Oops. All right, come back down to me, please. Come, please. Let's go. You know what? We can actually probably do it from here, right? We can reach that. So if I do one there, and then if I do, why is he like leapfrogging across the roof? If I do them like that, I can have 3 of them, and then they're slightly spaced out, but they're not too close to the front. It might look pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get this built up just so I can show you what I'm talking about. So, yeah, nothing too crazy, but we want to maybe stand like right here, and we're going to use some of these triangle corner pieces. Now we're gonna have to flip them as well because we have these ones flipped and we need them to match. So if I just do it like that, we can create like this lovely little I guess like little window shape right here. So we do it like that, and then yeah, look at that, that looks amazing. So then the next step, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, you know what, no, because then I'm just thinking, how do I snap that without falling? Okay, we can see it, that's good. So right there, that's weird. It's snapping on the actual roof pieces and their orientation, so I need them snapped onto this instead. Let's, wait, no, we want to flip it there. I should be able to get them onto there. Let me see, if I aim at this, it's very difficult to do. Let me see, there's gotta be an easier way of doing this without, like, you know, just, I guess, messing up too much. Okay, hang on. Maybe I should just build some scaffolding. I know I can do it. I need to be able to get to it, you know? Wait, I didn't even have it on the right one, did I? Oh, no, I didn't. It probably would have worked if I had it on the correct piece. Like that. Perfect. Nice. So, yeah, we can get it easily from down here. Can you just, like, can you go over there or something? Oh, he's actually doing it. Oh, my God. Okay, great. Anyway, then the next thing is... we can't reach him. I want to get the window piece. I can't do that off the back of my creature, unfortunately. Can I land, please? Thank you. Man, I really wish I could just fly. I know most people probably wouldn't care, but I'm not gonna do it because, yeah, you know what? I don't need to. I've been building... Oh, I was already on the right one. I've been building in survival mode for years, sometimes with the help of a specific creature, like a cinema crops or a tape jar. But there we go. So that's what I'm looking for right there. They're very difficult to get done, but you know what? I'm gonna share you the template so you don't even have to go through the pain of trying to do that. But yeah. So basically, let me actually explain. If I did share the template, here's what you would have to do. You would have to do that whole thing right here on both sides because you wouldn't be able to place any of these ramp pieces right here. So if you take the template and you want to build this yourself, yeah, bear that in mind. Also, it will have the poop silo attached to it. I'm not going to do them separately, so if you don't want that, you can just remove it or something. You know, you can exclude certain parts of it or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to want 3 of those going across, and then I'm going to want them on the other side as well. And they should add in just like a tiny little bit of extra light, and it's going to make it look quite nice as well. Yeah, that looks good. It's a real shame about these pieces on the inside, though. We're going to turn off fog. That's getting really annoying. It shouldn't be inside of my buildings, man. That's so stupid. Look, this looks miles better now that we don't have fog everywhere. But, yeah, anyway. The slates on the inside don't look great, obviously, but we're not going to be looking at the roof too much on the inside anyway, so it is what it is. We can probably add in some supports or something to try and hide it a little bit as well. But yeah, that's looking pretty cool. It adds in some extra interest and everything, so I like that. I'm going to have to go ahead and do that painful process again and again. Wait, no, it wasn't that one, was it? Oh, crap, it wasn't. It was this one. And then... Wait, no, it was that. Wait, now I'm getting really confused. Yeah, no, it was actually these ones. Oops. Let me get... Oh, wait, no, I was already on the right piece. Oh, my God, I'm messing up so much here today. No, that needs to be flipped now. Oh, my God. All right, well, anyway, give me a couple minutes. We'll get through this disaster together. Oh, I can't reach that either. I need grapples, honestly. I don't have my crossbow. Okay, next little thing is we're actually going to extend out the roof on this side. And we're going to be using ramps for this, of course, to get that really nice angle. Let me just get all this built all the way down, and then I'm going to pop the skins on. And yeah, the actual roof's looking amazing right now. Oh, crap. Where the hell did that one go? Oh, there it is. Cool. How and why? But yeah, the roof's looking great with those little peak windows, and yeah, it's looking really nice. Even though there's only one gap between them, because of the fact that, you know, they slope up, it makes it look like there's more of a gap between them. So yeah, it's looking great. I feel like if we built this one over, there would be too much of a gap between them. So yeah, definitely like what we did here. We'll get the rest of these guys in, though. Just kind of adding in like a little bit of an extra thing to it on this side because we have something different on the opposite side. Yeah, really like that. Now, I have one additional idea that I don't know if I want to go with, and I also don't have enough pieces on me to even complete it. But yeah. Let me see. Yeah, we definitely don't even have anywhere near the amount of pieces I'm going to need for this. So I'm thinking maybe we do like a little extra trim on the front here. Can I get that? Boom, like that. And then, oh, I had that one. Oh, hey, there it is. Okay. So yeah, we could do like an extra little trim on the front there. Obviously, they'd all be switched over in terms of like the structure skins and everything. I don't know if that would look better or worse. I think I might have to completely do it and then step back and just see if it's going to look nice. We'll do it on the front. We won't do it on the back until we know it's gonna look nice. So yeah, man, it's really taking shape though. Obviously it's just a gigantic building, but I really like the shape of it, you know, trying to put some effort into it, and I think it's gonna look really, really cool. But yeah, I'm gonna actually need to craft more of those. I don't even have enough. Okay, so a significant amount of time has passed, and yeah, I went a little overboard. I'm not gonna lie. It's yeah, it's been a while, and I've kind of went a little bit insane with some of the additions. So the last thing that we talked about, I believe, was the trim on the very front right here. And as you can see, it's all the way around the whole build because it looks amazing. Really, really like that, actually. I think it looks fantastic. So I went ahead and I did that on the back as well. And obviously we have our little extended porch over that side. I kind of figured we might go ahead and just do something similar on this side by just kind of having the roof extend down a little bit. It does intersect with the pillars in some little spots like that, but in all honesty, I really don't mind too much, and yeah, I think it actually looks really nice coming down at that angle. You may also notice that I've actually added some stone pillars in here. I kind of like that as well. I did it on a couple of the other builds here, and I've kind of just been doing it like over and over again, because yeah, I don't know, it's just something about it, like the color on the ends of the wood just looks a little bit better. I don't know what it is. We've got our massive like side area right here that I have no idea what it's going to be for. It's just kind of aesthetic for the moment. I've got like a stairs in the middle, and then what I did was to space these pillars out evenly. We have this one coming in by 2.5 and then 2.5 in that direction, because this whole gap is 5 wide. So instead of having just too many pillars going up, we have just one directly in the middle, which is very easily done now with all of the half pillars. So we have a half pillar here and another one there to give me this center snap point, and it actually creates like a nice little thing right in here, the little like circle. So yeah, that's all that stuff. Let me show you the rest of it. Let's just go into photo mode so I can actually hello there. Let me just fiddle around with these settings here for a second. So yeah, we'll just not too far. We'll just go ahead and just fly around in photo mode just to show off this stuff. So yeah, we have our trim going there, and then I kind of figured we might try and add something to these windows to make them a little fancy looking. And what I did was I've added a pillar right here, and then we've got a railing going up there meeting a thick pillar. And then I kind of thought, you know what, it might look kind of nice if we did some of the shallow slopes right there. And then I figured, you know what? Let's do some railings up top as well. So we have a pillar here to kind of end off the railing. Because honestly, if you don't have the pillar there, it just looks really weird, you know, because we have... I wish I could like show you. Oh yeah, I guess I can. We have like just this bit coming out and then this bit coming out and then like a massive open gap here. So yeah, this pillar definitely helps out a huge amount. So yeah, that was kind of the idea there. And then we've got some pillars right around here as well. I need to hit the other button. And then what else is there? Yeah, we've got the exact same on this side. Let's check out the inside though. Really not a whole lot's changed inside of here. We do have a massive ass window at the back here because it was very dark and I figured we need to have some light coming in. Now, you probably wouldn't have a window like this in a big barn, but in all honesty, I really want the extra light coming in here because I don't want it being way too dark and dreary. So yeah, we've got this fella right here. So it's essentially just, you know, like walls going up in the middle, and then they are meeting two of the little sloped walls with the window skin on them. And yeah, I don't know, it just looks really cool. Honestly, every single time I look at it, it looks like a big arrow because we have like these bits up here. So yeah, anyway, then yeah, we've got some pillars here and some railings just to kind of add some like interest to the inside of the building. There's only like 2 spots with that though, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So all in all, I'm really happy with the project. I think it turned out fantastic, and I love being able to show it off in photo mode as well. The only thing I would have liked to maybe do was try to, I guess, connect it a bit more to the poop silo. So if we had to like built this out or something, but then I'd have to do some weird stuff right here. And in all honesty, I don't think it looks too out of place right there. You know, it looks pretty good. I love this angle from back here. In fact, I'm probably going to go ahead and try and take a thumbnail from back here in a few minutes when we're done. Maybe I might have to move that windmill first because that is definitely out of place. We need to do something about these windows, or windmills, not windows. The windows are fine. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to add like an override setting for the windmills. If there isn't already one on servers, we could maybe add one to vanilla with sprinkles, because I absolutely hate the fact that they just break like constantly. They last 14 days before they break to a certain point when they have to be repaired. They don't physically like go away, but yeah, I don't know, like whenever you just have them for even a few hours, they already begin to look really crap looking. So I hate looking at them now. I really do. I wouldn't mind having to repair them. It's annoying enough, but they look terrible. They really, like the ones over here are probably even worse. They definitely are. Look at that one. Oh my God. Yeah, that one's seen better days. Anyway, yeah, so here is a little flyby of the build. There's a handsome fella down there along with Syntac. Yeah, I'm talking about the chibi. Yeah, the window definitely I don't think adds a huge amount of like, you know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it definitely does for lighting. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. Like the shape of this whole thing, I hope that they add in, you know, the pieces to fill these gaps eventually. You know, we need this kind of stuff. You're adding in all these like little bits, but there's just too many like tiny little gaps in the building system nowadays, and I definitely think that we need pieces like this. And you know, like we need to also maybe have a texture for the ramps that can maybe make them look like normal roofs as well. It probably wouldn't be too difficult for them to do. They just need to change the angle of the regular ones or something, or maybe it's much more complicated. I don't make games for a living. I just play them. But yeah, anyway. So, on to the inside here. There's one more thing that I was thinking of making, but then I remembered we can go ahead and use the Dino Depot version. So, I don't know where I'm going to put this stuff, because I'm going to want, like, a good spot for it. I don't know if I should put it back here. So, this is the, what is it called? The embryo incubator. So, of course, this is kind of like the herbivore version of the egg incubator, which is what this is called, right? Yeah, egg incubator. So I don't know where I want to put them. Maybe just like along this wall, you know, like right around here, I guess. I don't know. Maybe kind of intersects with the wall a little bit. So let's put you right there. No. It needs to be the other way, because I'm pretty sure there's like a little thing there. Yeah, there's like a little basket. So yeah, we need that on this side. I might move the egg incubator over to there as well. And then the other thing on my bar is, what is it again? It's a gene storage thing. So it's a little bit better than the regular like vanilla one from Bob's Tall Tales, which is let's see, it is this one here. Yeah, the gene storage. So that looks really cool, obviously, but yeah, I think for the moment we're gonna go ahead and use this one. It's from Dino Depot. Let's see, let's just like pop it down right there. What does it look like? Looks kind of crazy looking, honestly. I like it. Definitely doesn't suit the aesthetic of anything here, but I do like it. So inside of this, there's only 6 slots, but I believe if we go ahead and yeah, we've got 5,000 slots. Don't know how many genes we had in the other one. Oh, by the way, I got a really nice trait for my bison, actually. Yeah, that's going to be a really good one. I need to make a new one eventually and add that one on. I might try and collect a couple more really good ones before then. But anyway, yeah, so we can store 5,000 traits in here if we wanted to. You know, we can take them off the scanner. In fact, no, I'm going to actually quickly maybe find a better spot for this. Should we just like put it along the wall? I can't get it to like do anything. Can I? No, it's just going to place as soon as I hit that. I'm trying to get it in like a good spot. Maybe we'll just put it here. It doesn't have any like rotation or snap points or anything, so yeah, I can just go right there for the moment. And then let's get our egg incubator right beside the other one. And let's see, is that, which side is the front? That side's the front. Can we just like put it beside it? Let's just disable snapping and then rotate. Needs to be the other way. Yeah, that's probably fine. Cool. So yeah, we have these 2 things down here. Now we can go ahead and use them whenever we want to, which probably isn't going to be a huge amount, but you know what? It's kind of handy sometimes to be just like pulling out the embryo from the mother and then checking to see if it actually is going to be worth it. You know, if it's not going to be worth it, then obviously we're not going to put it in here to try and hatch it or anything. But yeah, I don't know. It's handy to get rid of the baby on the inside sometimes when we don't want that one. But yeah, so then in terms of other stuff, I might try and get a couple more of these storage things in here. But all in all, I think we're kind of set. Like, we have everything else we need. I use these to show off the color region, so I'm probably going to keep them there. We kind of just, like, put everything onto one side, which is fine. And then we've got a feeding trough over there, and then I've got another one over there, and I'm pretty sure the range on them should slightly intersect. Let's see. Oh, yeah, definitely fully intersect. My bad, actually. I thought the range on it was a little bit smaller. And let's go ahead and do that. So, yeah, we pretty much cover the exact... like, we cover the whole building with all of that stuff. So, we also have the feeding troughs inside of here anyway, which are definitely going to constantly run out. So, that's going to be a bit of an issue. Yeah, the bison definitely ate all of these berries. So, I need to get you guys some more berries at some point. You are just like a little heel dog, honestly. It's just like right beside me constantly. I really like them and all, but like, oh my god, they need to figure out some sort of thing where for the player, the companion should act as a chibi. It should never get in your way. It should like constantly move out of your way. And if you do walk through it, you should just be able to walk through it. You shouldn't actually get stopped on it. I think that's the only way they can do these companions without making them really annoying. In fact, if I have him unfollow, if I unfollow on him, does that... No, we can't unfollow on him at all because he's a companion. Yeah, that's weird. All right, well, anyway, I think, yeah, just in general, the whole building's kind of done. If you guys see any other, like, cool additions that I should probably add in, maybe drop some comments down below. In the coming days, I'll make sure that we get this one onto the Discord if you're looking to download it. But remember what I said about the move tool. You'll have to do this bit by yourself. I can't help you with that. I can't... It's, you know, the template's just not going to work that way. So, yeah, I don't want a bunch of comments saying that. You know, it's not going to do it for you. You got to do that part yourself, unfortunately, until they add that piece, which hopefully that comes soon enough. My thinking, and I wrote this on Twitter as well, my thinking is that, you know, did I just spot? Yeah, I think, hang on. Is this backwards? No, it's not. It looked like it was backwards there for a sec. But yeah, my thinking is that the Lost Colony skin set is surely going to be like a gothic style skin set or something, just considering where we're gonna be. So, you know, a sharp angle like that is very, you know, much in line with that idea. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that we get that maybe later on in the year, if not you know, soon. So anyway, guys, go ahead, do me a favor, drop me a like if you enjoyed this one, and yeah, hopefully we can make good use of this building right here. Honestly, we're going to be doing so much breeding. We're going to use this thing all the time. And that's the thing with the breeding buildings. They need to be very functional, but they also need to be very large. And they also need to be something that I can shut the door on in case we have an explosion. Anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for today. Yeah, catch you in the next one.